Welcome to Planet Subaru, your undealership in Hanover, Massachusetts. Today we're introducing the 2023 Outback. The changes on this car will also apply for 2024, also before we see an all-new next generation 2025 Outback. This is an XT Touring model. It's the most luxurious and most expensive Outback model. I've brought a comparable 2022 Outback XT Touring model so we can compare the differences between the two of them. The Touring trim is the most luxurious and most expensive level of equipment in the Outback lineup. The XT designation means that it has the 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. You could get a Touring with the normally aspirated 2.5 liter engine for less money and less power and better gas mileage. But if you like the extra go-go, the XT is the way to go. This generation of Outback was all new for 2020. And there were some really nice changes from the previous generation, including putting it on Subaru's new global platform, which was much more crash absorptive and smooth riding. This is the fourth year of what will be a 5-year model cycle on the Outback. And is typical for Subaru, in this fourth year they conduct what they call a big minor change on the car. So the sheet metal is substantially the same. You know, they didn't change the length of the car or the height or any of that. They just made a lot of improvements to it in terms of usability and function. So I'll give you an example. In terms of appearance, you'll notice that the fascia, the front end of the car, the face, is different. It's a little more aggressive. They've almost channeled a little bit of wilderness in this extra molding they have on the front bumper cover, which, as you can see, was not present on the 2021 and 22 models. The fog lights are a little different too, more of a traditional round shape. Those are LEDs, but arranged differently. And the moldings on the side of the car are a little bit more rugged. So you can see the wheel arch moldings, what I'm talking about here, are more prominent, whereas in the prior years they were more subtle. Subaru included its latest generation of the eyesight driver assistance system in the new car. I'm going to show you what those stereoscopic cameras, which are at the heart of that advanced driver assistance system. Notice there are two cameras there, one on each side of the mirror. And some of the improvements they made to the 2023 include the addition of this third mono camera, they're calling it. So you'll see still has the stereoscopic cameras up high, but then there's this bigger one here, which is in front of the rear view mirror. And Subaru says that allows the car to better see at low speeds coming into intersections, so it can spot pedestrians and smaller objects better. This mono camera comes only on the Touring, but the improvements do go across the lineup, and some of those improvements include better vision, so in other words the cameras can see farther and with better resolution. The programming has also been changed in the car, the eyesight system too, so it is better able to identify hazards and not get confused by things that are not exactly hazards. I want to show you some of the changes they made to the inside, and I think the best way to do that is to start with the 2022 model. So this is the last year's version. I'm going to show you some buttons that are on the steering column here. These allow you to change settings. You know, you put your fingers there and pull on them. You can see as I'm pushing the buttons, I'm going through different screens. You can change settings for the eyesight system through this. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. In the 2023 model, they've integrated those up higher for a cleaner look into the wheel, and I'm going to show you that next. But before we move over to that car, there's another really nice change I want to show you. They've improved the HVAC controls that are down here in the bottom. I have a 2022 Outback, and one of the things that does get annoying is when you push the heated seat, for instance, you've got to go into this next screen to adjust it. And you can see it works fine. It's just a little fussy in terms of the amount of contact you have with the screen. And in the 2023, they've made it much simpler, so I'm going to show you. So now we're in the 2023 Outback, and you can see they've changed these settings, the layout a little bit on the touchscreen. And so I'm going to show you when I turn the heated seat on now, I don't have to go into a sub-menu to go through the settings. I can just do it right from the screen, which is really nice. And then on the steering wheel, you may remember I told you there are some changes, so those buttons are gone down here, and now we have an info button, and you control much of that through the center screen. So they clean it up nice. This 2023 model is also the first Outback to get wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. So prior, you could plug in and get the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto options, but now you can do it wirelessly, which is really nice. And this car has an option. We equipped it from the factory with this accessory charger, so you can just lay your phone on there and it will charge it, and you never have to plug it in. This is a really cool feature available for the first time on an Outback too. It's a camera rear view mirror. So right now it's just in the regular setting, and the rear view mirror is acting the way it normally does, just using regular glass. But if you change the setting, you'll see that just triggered the camera. So now I'm not looking through the headrests or any passengers that might be in the background. I'm looking at an unobscured view that comes from a camera mounted on top of the car, and I'll show you that next. So that's where the camera is. So you can see why you get such a nice view out. If you have a lot of stuff stacked in the back of the car, or passengers, as I said, or even just the normal headrests that sit there when there's no one in the back of the car, it just makes it really nice to see out the back of the car. Nice visibility. For a car that already has great visibility because of this extensive amount of glazing that Subaru works so hard to make sure that they have nice visibility out of all their cars. If you'd like to experience the 2023 Outback for yourself and compare it to the previous years, please visit us in Hanover, Massachusetts, or if you're too far, you can visit us on the web at planetsubaru.com, where you'll find tons of comparisons like this, lots of photos, all sorts of analysis and pictures, and we have a ton of content for you. So thanks for watching.